Covering the world tonight, war could soon return to Gaza. The fragile peace plan has been in place for about a week, but today Israel says Hamas violated a ceasefire. Israel launched those strikes after they say two of their soldiers were killed by Hamas. Israel announced they were halting aid into Gaza until further notice. In addition to aid, the peace plan called for the release of all Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners, which did happen last week. In Denver tonight, hundreds of people honored that release of those hostages by gathering at a local temple. Attendees tell your reporter Sarah Horbakowitz, while there is happiness and hope, there is still great sadness.
It was an emotional night at Temple Emmanuel as hundreds of people in the Jewish and Israeli communities came together to acknowledge the Israeli hostages that were released last week. It was a moment of prayer and coming together as people hope for progress.
Tonight, they had just an opening, a beginning of a walk toward hope.
On Sunday night in Denver, a service at Temple Emmanuel celebrating these hugs in Israel. After more than 2 years, 20 hostages were released by Hamas last week and honored at home this weekend, organized in part by Brandon Ratner with the Jewish Community Relations Council.
I had a friend who died on October 7th 2 years ago, and I think a lot of people did. And certainly everybody has been so affected by the news, the horror, the rise in anti-Semitism, you name it, that this does feel like an exhale for our community.
The release is a hopeful sign of peace for many, including Omer Shahar, who's been pushing for this through Run for Their Lives for about 100 weeks.
We all can breathe a little bit, but it's not over.
Shahar was leading the walk in Boulder in June when a man attacked them with a Molotov cocktail, killing one person, making this international issue feel even closer to home.
Right after the attack, it was something that I had to comprehend how in such a peaceful place, Boulder, our home, how something like that happened. But also we keep walking for the hostages.
Now joining hundreds in the local community to honor progress.
This is the community and everyone wants to take part of it, and I think it's beautiful.
A community Ratner says still acknowledges the war isn't over and extends beyond those in Israel.
Something that we've said this entire time is that our hearts need to be big enough for the pain and suffering of all people, whether those people are Jewish or Arab or Muslim or Christian or Gazan or Israeli.
Now coming together in prayer and hoping for peace.
We are celebrating peace, the return of loved ones, and hoping for a future where nobody will have to endure this kind of violence again.
Heightened security was also present throughout the evening. And while Run for Their Lives Boulder says they don't plan to have walks every week now, they still plan to do community events moving forward. Reporting in Denver, Sarah Horbakowitz covering Colorado First.